Hey guys, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video, I am going to talk about one of the main things that people get confused about when it comes to Facebook ads, and that is the Facebook Pixel, okay? Now, so many people overcomplicate this teeny tiny little pixel, and I want to help you simplify it, make it very, very easy for you to understand. And I'm confident that after this training module here, you will know what the Facebook Pixel is and have a very good understanding of it. And I will teach you to be a master of the Facebook Pixel, okay? So this is just the introduction, and I want to give you a little bit of insight on what the Facebook Pixel is and what it can do. So let's get started. All right, so the new Facebook Pixel makes conversion tracking, optimization, and remarketing extremely easy. So we're going to break down three main things that the Facebook Pixel can do. And that is help you track your conversions, optimize your campaigns, and do retargeting and remarketing. All right, so the first thing we're going to discuss is conversion tracking, okay? So conversion tracking is a way for Facebook to track when somebody clicks your ad if they actually buy or not. And this is how you're going to see if your ad is successful or not, right? So many people are blind when it comes to Facebook ads because they run an ad and Facebook will tell you how much money you've spent, but unless you're leveraging the power of the Facebook Pixel and you have it installed on your e-commerce store or your website, Facebook will not tell you how much money you've made off of that ad. So it's kind of like a guessing game. So with conversion tracking, you can see how successful your ad is by seeing what happened as a direct result of your ad. So that, let's say you have 5 different ads running targeting cat lovers, and you are promoting a cat necklace. And one ad is going to men, one is going to women, one is going to people in Canada, the other is going to the United States. You have a couple of different target groups. All right, and you want to know which exact ad is converting for you, which ad to a specific target group is rendering you a high return on investment. Well, you can't see that unless you use the Facebook Pixel, okay? When you use the Facebook Pixel, Facebook will tell you exactly which ad is getting you conversions and exactly how much money that ad is generating for you. This way, you can easily tell where you're making money and, more importantly, where you're losing money. So you can quickly identify ads that you're spending money on that are not rendering conversions, sales, and results, and you can turn them off. So many people don't do that because they have no clue how to. And I'm going to make it very, very easy for you. So do not worry about that. All right, so the first thing it does, and the most important thing it does, is give us eyes, right? It gives us vision so we can see exactly what ads are converting for us and which ones are not. The second thing it does is it learns, right? As you are running traffic to your website and to your ads, to your store, Facebook is watching what your customers do. They're watching whether they just browse around or whether they purchase. And every time somebody visits your e-commerce store or your website, Facebook will match that person to their Facebook profile. Even if you're sending traffic from Google, from YouTube, from Twitter, or anywhere else, if you have the Facebook Pixel on your e-commerce store, Facebook will match every visitor on your store to their profile on Facebook. And while it's doing that, it's learning who your customer is. It's learning, is your customer a man, a woman, what age group, what other interests do they have. It knows everything about us in a good way. And it can leverage that information to optimize your ads better in the future. So you can automatically bid for conversions after you set up your pixel. You can kind of say, hey, Facebook, you take the wheel. You go on autopilot. And based off of all of my previous visitors and buyers, look at what their demographics, their age groups, and their interests, and find more similar customers. Snipe out the buyers on Facebook, the people that are more likely to make purchases based off all this information. So the more data Facebook is getting, the more traffic you're receiving, the more intelligent your Facebook pixel becomes, because it collects all of that data and it analyzes it. And it's so intelligent that it can identify people that are more likely to be a buyer and less likely to be a buyer. And of course, you can optimize your ads to find people that are more likely to purchase, okay? Now, you don't have to do anything technical for step 1 and 2. All you have to do is copy and paste this Facebook pixel onto your store and it'll do the rest, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that in this series, so do not worry. Now, the third thing the Facebook pixel can do is allow you to do remarketing. So you can remarket or retarget your ads to everyone who have previously visited your site, or people that have visited specific pages, like even specific products. So this is mega powerful because retargeting your ads to people that visited but did not purchase always renders very high conversion rates. Think about this. Have you ever been to a website before, browsed around, added products to your cart, but decided not to buy at the last minute or got distracted and forgot to purchase? I'm pretty sure you're nodding your head yes right now. And then later on, you saw an ad and said, oh, dang it, I forgot to buy that. Or, oh, there's that ad again, I totally lost it. And you click back on it, you go back, and ultimately you end up checking out and turning into a buyer. So retargeting ads are very, very high converting ads. They're big money makers, and the Facebook pixel allows you to do retargeting very easily, okay? So these are the main 3 things. So like I said, you can put the pixel to work for you. The more traffic you receive, the smarter your pixel becomes, the more valuable it becomes. I want you to look at your Facebook pixel as an asset, a very valuable asset. It's a super intelligent, I guess you could call it a supercomputer. I don't know. You know, it's a super intelligent piece of your Facebook account that knows who your buyers are. I mean, we're talking not just gender and age group, we're also talking ethnicity, specific interests, locations, income brackets. It knows all of this stuff. Don't ask, well, how does Facebook know? It doesn't matter how Facebook knows. It's not going to help you make any more money to understand how Facebook's technicians and engineers develop this crazy algorithm, okay? That's not going to help you make any more money. What you need to know is that if you use the Facebook pixel properly and you do what I tell you to do, all of this will pretty much automate and you can put the Facebook pixel to work for you. Don't worry about how it knows all this stuff. Just focus on what's going to make you money, and that is understanding that the Facebook pixel becomes more and more intelligent, and it helps you start sniping out your buyers because it learns who your customers really are. All right, so you can use these things called standard events, and you can add standard events to your conversions, and these are tracked across mobile phones, tablets, and desktop computers, okay? So you can use these things called standard events. And when you do this, your conversions are going to be tracked across all devices. All right. So this is going to work on mobile phones, computers, everything. And we're going to talk more about that in a second. All right, when you optimize your bids for website conversions, this is how you leverage the Facebook pixel. Your ads will start to show to people that are more likely to convert. I've already said that a couple times, but look, as your pixel gets more intelligent, you can use this feature that we're going to talk a lot about to optimize your ads, optimize your bids for what's called website conversions. And this is where Facebook will try their best to show your ads to people who are most likely to convert based off of previous data. So if you're brand spanking new, you've got a baby, right? And yeah, that's a great way to put it. Let's talk about a quick analogy. It's like a baby is born, okay? When a baby is born, they can't speak, they don't really understand words, they don't necessarily know right from wrong just yet. They're brand new. They have to grow up. You got to keep a close eye on a baby, on a child, right? But as time goes on, and as the baby grows up to be a toddler and a adolescent and a teenager and a young adult and then adult, right? It gets wiser and wiser and wiser. And parents start to relax a little bit. They start to loosen up the leash a little bit on children as they get older because they learn, they make more intelligent decisions. And that's how a Facebook pixel is. At first, it's a baby. It doesn't know diddly squat, all right? You have to give it time. You have to let it start inhaling all of the traffic that you're receiving to your website. Let it grow. And as it gets older and gets more information, it learns, it starts to grow up and it makes better decisions. I think we all could agree that adults make better decisions than teenagers, right? I can definitely vouch for that, looking back to my teenage days. So as the pixel grows, as you receive more visitors, as it learns more, it makes more intelligent decisions. And more intelligent decisions means it learns more of who your buyers are and who your buyers are not, right? So that way it avoids people that are not likely to purchase, and it bullseye targets people that Facebook believes have a high affinity for your ads and purchasing and spending money online. And you can tell Facebook to go on autopilot and do that for you. And of course, like I said, you can also remarket your ads to reach people on Facebook that have already visited your website. So for example, people who visited a checkout page where they were initiating a checkout, they were about to check out, but they didn't finish placing their order. You can go back, retarget your ad to just those people that started the order but never finished, and entice them to come back and finish up. That's called a retargeting ad. So you can also use the Facebook pixel to find new customers who are similar to your website visitors by creating what's called a look-alike audience. I have a lot of training in this course about look-alike audiences, so you'll learn a lot more about them. One thing you should know though is look-alike audiences can only be created after your pixel has tracked at least 100 conversions, okay? So before you can leverage the power of look-alike audiences, you need to have at least 100 visitors or conversions. All right, so let's talk about that conversion tracking, because remember, the first thing I said the Facebook pixel can do is help you track your conversions. It basically gives you vision. You can see now and you can make better decisions. So you can see how your ads perform by using these things that we mentioned earlier called standard events. And this makes it really easy to measure the performance of your Facebook ads and to reach specific sets of people who have visited certain pages of your website. So these standard events that we're talking about represent the types of actions people take on your website. For example, people make a purchase. They add products to their cart. They browse. These are different events, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down into a funnel for you, a 3-step standard event funnel. So when somebody sees your ad on Facebook, what do? Well, hopefully they click it. And when they click the ad, they go from Facebook to your store, to your product page, all right? So whenever somebody clicks on your ad, they go directly to the sales page for the product that you're marketing, all right? So basically what they start doing is viewing content on your website. So they click on your Facebook ad and they view content, all right? So we could all agree that just because somebody is viewing the content of our website or our store, that does not mean that they're all going to buy the product that they're viewing, okay? So you're going to have people that come, visit, look around, and abandon. They don't ever purchase, all right? But then you're going to have some people that say, you know what? I really like this item. I like these red shoes, and I'm going to add them to my cart. All right, that's standard event number 2. So standard event 1 is people that just browse your website. All right, and then you've got standard event 2, which is people that take one more step and they add the product to the cart. Okay, so now you've got a higher quality group of people. Anybody that adds a product to a cart is going to be a more valuable person than a view content customer, okay? And Facebook starts to look at this. They start looking at, wait a second, what do all of the people that are adding products to the cart have in common, right? Opposed to people that are just viewing the content but never doing anything else. And then last is people that purchase. All right, so these are the 3 main standard events that you can leverage the Facebook pixel with, okay? So people that view your website, people that add products to their cart, and then people that purchase. And Facebook tracks the fall off because, like I said earlier, you're going to have a whole bunch of people view the content on your website. They're going to click your ad, they're going to look at the product. And then only a portion of those people that are browsing are going to add the product to the cart, okay? So you're going to have fall off. And then, of course, for those that add the product to the cart, you know good and well that not everybody that adds the product to the cart actually follows through and makes a real purchase. So you're going to have some fall off between add to cart and purchase as well. So with that said, it's kind of like tiers of quality. View content leads are valuable because you know that they showed interest in your ad and in the product. People that add the product to the cart are more valuable than people that just browsed around. And then obviously people that purchase are extremely valuable because they're buyers, right? They're real customers. Here's the best way to explain it. We'll use a car lot as an example. You've got 3 types of people that walk on the car lot every day, okay? And you'll easily see where these people fall in the standard event customer funnel, okay? So you've got the first tier of people that walk on a car lot, and those are people that are just browsing. You've got people that go to car dealerships, they're interested in buying, but they don't have their mind made up yet. They walk around the car lot, they look through the windows of the car, they look at the price tag that's in the windshield, and they basically roam the entire lot and they look at everything, okay? And when a sales rep or a car salesman comes out and says, hey, so-and-so, I noticed that you're looking at these cars. Do you have any questions about any of them? Or would you like to maybe get inside one of them and take it for a test drive? You're going to have a lot of people go, oh, no. I don't want to do that. I'm just looking around. We're just, we don't know what we want right now. We're just browsing around. but we'll let you know if we need any help. And then they leave. So they're interested, but not interested enough to make a commitment to even get inside or test drive the car. Then you have the second type of customer that hits a car lot. People that know that they are interested in a specific type of car and they want to test drive it because they are very serious about buying the car. So what happens is the sales guy comes out and says, hey, I noticed that you're looking at this car here. Would you like to take it for a test drive or look inside? That customer is going to say, you know what? I'm pretty dang serious about this. I really might want to purchase this vehicle. And yeah, I want to take that next step, and I want to get in the car and I want to drive it around and see if I really like it. Okay, well, that's just like adding the product to the cart. It's taking one more step and potentially committing to a purchase, right? Now, just because you test drive the car doesn't mean that you're going to buy it all of the time. But what it does mean is that you're very serious, right? A sales guy would rather talk to somebody that wants to test drive than somebody that's just got a zillion questions and, won't commit to actually sitting in the car and taking it on a test drive. Then you've got your buyers, the people that browse, they take it for the test drive and they say, you know what, I freaking love it. Here's a check. I'm going to buy this bad boy. All right, so those are our purchasers, okay? So you've got view content, add to cart, and you've got purchasers. Now, Facebook learns who these people are. They learn who's just browsing, who's adding to the cart but not buying, and who's actually buying. All right, so these are 3 different tiers of customers. And as it goes through step 1, step 2, and step 3, the customer demos become more and more valuable, right? So if you're able to optimize your ad to find people that are more likely to purchase, you're going to crush it, right? Because Facebook has learned who your buyers are, and they're going to try to snipe them out. You can also optimize for clickers and add to carts as well, and still get really great results. So here's an example of what I'm talking about, because I know it's kind of crazy. Just there's a lot of information. I get it. That's why I'm going to break it down for you in here. And this is just an overview, okay? Remember, this is just an overview. Now, you have a screenshot here of my Facebook account, and this is my dashboard. And make sure you full screen this video. I want you to be able to see it as big as possible. And I want you to see the drop off. Remember, I talked about the tiers of customers between view content, add to cart, and purchase. So if you look at this first ad that had 304,000 reach, you'll see that under view content, I've had 8,145 people click on my ad and view my sales page, because that's what view content is. View content is basically a click, okay? A person that clicked on the ad, landed on my sales page, and viewed whatever was on there, okay? 8,100 people. But then check this out. One column over, you've got the add to carts. So out of 8,100 people, 5,200 people added the product to the cart. That means 3,000 people just looked and left. They said, you know what, I don't want this right now. 5,200 people added the product to the cart. And then you've got purchases, and out of 5,200 people that added the product to the cart, 1,000 people actually purchased. So you see the drop off? You're always going to have more view contents than add to carts, and you're always going to have more add to carts than purchases. And that's just how it is. I mean, I'm sure that makes sense. It's common sense. All right. Now, when you're using the Facebook Pixel, you can see this stuff because Facebook's tracking everything that's going on your website. I want you to think of it more like Google Analytics, but with Facebook. All right. So it's a little code you put on your website and it tracks this type of stuff. Additionally, it also shows you how much money you've made. So on the far right, you see where it says purchase conversions. this is how much money my ad has generated. So you see to the left of the very last column, it says amount spent. Facebook is always going to show you how much money you've spent on an ad. What they will not show you unless you're using the pixel is view content, add to cart, purchase, and purchase conversion value. So you can see that first ad, I spent $8,800 to make $16,900. So I can come in here and in a glance see, okay, well this ad's 100% return on investment. It's freaking crushing it. Great. Go down one to the second line. Spent $5,000 to make $7,600. You know, it's profitable, but not as good as the ad above. And then below, $5,000 to make 12, $4,000 to make 8, $3,000 to make 5, $600 to make 800. See, I have eyes now. I can see where my money is. Now, why is this important? Well, first off, you can easily identify ads that are losing you money. You do not want to spend your money on ads that are not converting. They're not generating sales. They're not profitable. You want to turn those off as soon as possible, right? So now I have the ability to quickly and easily do that because I have eyes. I can make very educated, calculated decisions. Also, for people that are on a budget, you have credit card limits or bank cash flow limits. And you want to make sure that if you're spending your money, you're spending it where you can get the most return possible from your money, right? So let's say you've got all of these ads running here. These are all your ads. And you notice that second line, you're spending $5,200 to make $7,600. You're not going to spend that much money out of the gate. Y'all all know that I just do hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in revenue. You have to work your way up to that, right? But you see that your ROI isn't really all that great. Opposed to the ad on top of it, which is 100%. You might lower your budget, limit your risk on that ad that's not performing as well, and put more of your money on the ad above it, where you can spend more on the ad that's making you more. So you can make sure that you use your money and you put it in the right place where you know it's going to give you the most return, okay? And that's what the Facebook Pixel will allow you to do. Okay, and now that you know that, when you start to create an ad, if you want to leverage the Facebook Pixel based on everything you're about to learn, you just come right here to where when you're creating an ad and you hit the objective, increase conversions to your website. There's all these objectives when you start to create an ad on Facebook. If you want to start optimizing your ad for those purchases, add to carts, and view contents, and tell Facebook to snipe out the buyers, the higher quality leads for you out of the masses. You're going to want to create ads that are optimized for conversions on your website. And when you do that, you're going to see this little option right here where you put in your website address for your Shopify store or whatever you're promoting. And you tell Facebook, hey, I want you to find people that are more likely to click on my ad than anybody else. Or, hey, I want you to find people that are highly likely to at least add the product to the cart. Or Facebook, I want you to find people that are more likely to purchase. Now, you're going to see a video in this series that walks you through view content, add to cart, and purchase bidding strategies. You will use all three of these at some point, and I'm not going to get into the details of why right now. You just need to make sure that you go through all of the training, and you'll see where I start talking about this. But I just wanted to show you in this video, you can tell your ads, and this is where most people start out, is optimizing their ad for view content, because you get a lot of clickers fast, right? You can quickly build up a ton of clicker data because it's just clickers, right? And it takes a little bit longer to get a bunch of people to add products to the cart, and then it takes a little bit longer to accumulate a whole bunch of buyers. So it's like phases, right? And as your pixel gets more intelligent, you work your way down to where you can start optimizing for purchases, and it just starts crushing it. So that's a quick overview on the Facebook Pixel. Go ahead to the next video. I'm going to show you where to find the Pixel, how to put the Pixel on your store. We're going to talk about these events in more detail and how to optimize off of them. So everything I just showed you in here, I'm going to break down into specific videos and make it very, very simple for you, and you will become a master of the Facebook Pixel. So that's it. I'll see you on the next video.